Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien.
Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. That rather subtle musical reference in the introduction heralds the review today of my first ever French timepiece. This HMS001 by Baltic is both designed and assembled in France. But am I going to be like Edith, regret-free? Let's flip the camera and find out, shall we? Okay, let's be clear from the beginning today that this is not one of my dollar dazzlers. You're not going to be blown away by a specification to price ratio today. There is no sapphire bezel insert. Indeed, there is no sapphire crystal. Neither is there a high beat automatic Swiss made movement and 500 meters of water resistance. There is none of those things. There is, however, a rather nice cork box. Haven't seen one of those before. Interesting fact, 70% of the world's natural cork comes from Portugal. You see, it's not just watches at the Just One More Watch channel. If you are interested in this Baltic, you're pretty much interested because of the looks alone. This is another one of these new retro, new vintage style timepieces where you pay extra for the look. That's pretty much what you're buying here today. You're not really buying this one on specifications. Now, Baltic, in spite of the name, are a French company. And the Baltic states refer to Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. Perhaps the company's owners hail from that region. However, the watches are assembled in Besançon, which is in eastern France, not far from the Swiss and German borders. I guess that adds to the cost today. So how much does this HMS001 cost? Well, as featured here with the see-through display caseback, this one comes in at $420 US. If you opt for the closed caseback, that takes it down underneath $400, but still not cheap given the set of specifications that I'm about to discuss. You really are buying this one because you've fallen in love with the looks. So for a watch quite deliberately aping the style of the 1940s, we have a decidedly compact mid-century set of dimensions. 38 millimeters in diameter, just around 13 millimeters thick, including a Hesalite crystal. I'll come back to that a little later on. Lug to lug today is 46.5, although with drilled lugs, as you can see, again, that kind of mid-century aesthetic and mid-century practicality, that brings the effective lug to lug on board by a mil either side at least. So we've got a kind of 44 mil lug to lug today. 20 millimeter lug width, tapering down to 18 millimeter at the buckle, and we've got a nice brushed buckle there with the Baltic logo on it, as you can see. Weighing in on the supplied calf leather strap, and it is a very nice French calf leather strap at a mere 63 grams, so a slip of a watch on the wrist. So we have a 316L stainless steel case and crown today. I should note that this one came to me as a kind of shop floor demo model, so there were a couple of little scuffs, no warranty and no instruction manual in the box either. And we've got a 1940 step case, as you can see there. There's a distinct ridge leading to the Hesalite crystal, probably the most interesting feature on the watch today. Now, Hesalite, a form of acrylic, kind of perspex plastic. You get some lovely distortions there, but it will scratch quite a lot more easily than even just a mineral crystal. But Polywatch is your friend. The vast majority of those minor scuffs will just polish straight out. So it's a different experience owning a watch with an acrylic crystal like this one. I've had a couple, most notably my Seagull 1963. However, I suspect that when you say Hesalite, most people will immediately think of the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch. So not a bad association there from a watch that costs 10% of the price of a Moonie. Zoomed in on the dial, and this particular model is probably the most simplistic of all of the options they have available. Just a simple black and white dial. There's some gilt ones and some more interesting colour offerings that are available, but very nice indeed. Again, that 1940s styling. Love those Arabics at 12, 3 and 9. Just the little dots at the other hour markers and a minute track all the way around the outside. Keeping the dial very clean, just with the Baltic logo under the 12 and automatic above the 6. Really nice unloomed set of leaf hands there with a little bit of scalloping in the middle and a nice big second hand that goes all the way out to the edge of the second track there. Very nice indeed, I must say. The dial really in keeping with the design aesthetic that they're going for today. and it looks great on wrist as well. Very nice set of compact dimensions. I really do like these smaller pieces myself. Nice leather strap as well. It says it's French calf. Very nice odour from it, very nice aroma, nice vintage stitching there, and that little brushed Baltic buckle there complementing the watch nicely. So looks very good indeed on wrist. Definitely straight out of the past. However, unlike Edith in the intro, I do have one major regret today with this Baltic, and that is their choice of movements. They've decided to fit this HMS001 with the Miyota 821A. Now, the Miyota 821A is a kind of elaborate grade version. As you can see there, there's some nice decoration and a skeletonized rotor of the 8200. So we have a 3 Hz 21,600 vibrations per hour movement with 42 hour of power reserve. This one hand winds, but it does not hack. I certainly can't complain about their accuracy. I'll pop up the accuracy report there. Pretty remarkable, pretty much spot on over the course of 10 days or so. And this one has been out and about with me around Sydney, not just in the boxy winders. However, unidirectional rotor winding and a constant rotor chatter from these little Miyotas. Now, perhaps it's just me. I grew up on quartz and digital watches. I think that a watch should be seen and not heard, and you are certainly aware of the automatic movement in this Baltic, which I think is a real shame. There's a kind of constant clicking and chattering as the rotor engages and disengages. I should also point out a little bit of fluff on the Baltic website. They claim that the Miyota 8200 was designed and offered as a rival to the ETA 2824. That is not true. The Miyota 9000 series was designed and offered as a rival to the 2824 at a time when the Swatch Group had really cut back on availability to a lot of smaller micro brands. The Miyota 9015 would therefore have been a much more appropriate choice, I believe, for this watch, and frankly one that $400 should well have afforded as part of the overall budget. Or better still, if you're going to have a 1940s watch, why not make it a hand winder? Change that biomechanical relationship between wearer and watch. Match the styling to winding the watch every day. I think that would have been a really good choice by Baltic. There's a bit of me that has been itching to get this case back off and remove that rotor, but you don't really want to buy a $400 watch, take it apart and start pulling the rotor off it, do you? So a little bit unfortunate today then that the movement in the back of this watch doesn't match the price tag or the aesthetic. I think they could have gone a couple of different ways and come out with a stronger offering overall. So like I said at the beginning, you're buying this one on looks and you're getting kind of Cary Grant 1940s looks with this one. You're not getting a watch that has an astounding set of specifications for the money. I wish they'd put either a high beat Japanese movement in it or perhaps one of those ETA 2804 hand winders. I think that would have been a much more appropriate movement for this watch. So there you have it, the Baltic HMS001. Perhaps not quite as regret-free as I might have liked today. Beautiful little thing. I very much enjoyed wearing it out and about, but I wish they'd gone for a hand winder or a high beat Miyota rather than that slightly rough and ready 8000 series. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.